Okay, you all ready to get started? You can take your time here, just starting to relax. You can begin any way you'd like. Y'all know this. If you want to start seated, just to breathe, you can. We'll do our warm up seated today, but if you want to spend the first few moments lying down, you can do that. Bolsters, blocks to make you feel more comfortable are welcome. But let's go ahead and get started. You can roll those shoulders down your spine. And eventually just let yourself arrive at a nice comfortable position. Not one that has to be perfect. Couple deep breaths here might feel really nice. Try to think about small muscles here beginning to relax. The ones in the face, there's quite a few in the face, so try and relax through surrounding the mouth and the eyes, the forehead. We'll think about relaxing through the feet, your fingertips. And we'll take all together here just a full breath in through our nose, letting it go however you'd like. Just take one more like that, full breath. Feel yourself kind of making room and let it go. Good. Find a conscious breath. So that just means a little more active. It's less natural and more, I know I'm breathing in, I know I'm breathing out. And then if it feels okay for you to continue breathing in and out through your nose, that's what I'll encourage. And we'll move into our Ujjayi breath or our ocean breath. All this is that gentle restriction at the back or base of your throat, only on your exhale though. So you inhale clearly and freely. And then it's that warm breath, almost that kind of hissing, audible noise out. Feel your core engage a little more as you press that air out through the narrow passage. Good. Beautiful. 3 more long breaths. Beautiful. Eventually finishing that third exhale, sitting with it for a moment, honoring your why you chose to show up this morning, what you'd like to focus and prioritize today. And we can go ahead and bring some little movements in, fingers and toes, just reconnect here with the physical body. You'll then accompany this with a few shoulder rolls. Doesn't really matter which direction or how big or small. You can take it the other direction if necessary. Yeah, good time to check in to see how your upper back's doing, how those shoulders are doing. Nice. Eventually finding stillness, nice tall lengthened spine. So as the crown pulls up when we sit, try to relax and soften through the knees and the tailbone pulls down. Your chin will begin to tuck. Relax through the jaw and through the throat. We'll start to bring our right ear toward our right shoulder. So I'll mirror you all with this. If you'd like a little more here, you can take your left hand and just start to kind of reach it toward the ground beside you. And as you reach the arm to the side, feel that gentle pull just through the jaw. Mm-hmm. Good, one more breath. You can guide this hand back to your lap. Your chin will retuck, and you'll make your way left ear toward that left shoulder. If that feels okay and you want to proceed or go further, your right hand can start to kind of reach down toward the mat beside you. You're always welcome to readjust your posture if you need to switch up your leg placement. Really nice, you all. This hand can come back to your lap. You'll find a little sway of the head side to side. And then eventually we'll start to lift our gaze all the way up to the ceiling. You'll pause here. See if you can pull those shoulders back, pinching the shoulder blades, just breathing into the chest. 3, 2, and find neutral, just relaxing. Good. Hands, both of them will come down beside you. We'll flip the palms so they face away from you. Pull your navel in, and we'll start with our reaches. Big breath in as the arms lift. Hands come down through center on your exhale or any way you want to lower them. Let's go 2 more. Big circle up. Feel the ribcage expand. Exhale. And then last one, just like this. Your breath in. Nice, y'all. Hands can start to come down. You're going to bring the left hand beside you. Right arm will sweep up and over. I say this a lot because it's one of my favorite ways to visualize a stretch, but we have opposing motions, opposing reaches. So here the right fingertips going one direction as your right glute and hip push down the other way. Both hands will sweep up nice and high. You'll cactus open the arms on that exhale. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, reach. Cactus arms, big exhale. Hands go up nice and high. Left hand falls again. Right arm reaches over. Yep, same side. This time, take that gaze down. Try to relax through the jaw. 3, 2. You'll bring both arms to lift high, and you'll twist to your right. Hands will fall to that right side. Good. You're welcome to take your gaze over to the side. If you want to take it even further back behind you. But think broad and open upper back here. Really nice. And at this time, hands will sweep up high. They'll come down through center, and we'll repeat on the other side. Right hand this time comes beside you. Left arm sweeps up and over. Nice, you all. Yeah, waking up that side body. One more breath. Good. Both arms will sweep up high. We have 2 cactus arms. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, arms go high. Exhale, pull that down. Inhale, arms reach high. Right hand falls. Left one reaches over. So we're kind of getting 2 times on this side. Gaze goes down, finding that little rotation. Good. And then we'll move into that twist. Both arms reach high. Your hands will fall this time to the left. You're welcome to use your right hand just gently on that left knee, pressing into it to open up a little more. Maybe the left hand's planted back behind you. Maybe you're on fingertips. And one more big breath. Arms can reach up nice and high. They'll come down through center. Let's take some seated cat and cow. You'll find the knees. This will be the last thing we do on in this position. Inhale, pull that chest through. And then exhale, you're tucking the chin and rounding. Nice. Let's go 2 more. Good opportunity now just to kind of get into the hips, into that low back. Beautiful. Okay, let's start to find just our neutral position. We're going to transition still onto our bottoms, but we're going to come into some boat poses, okay, just to warm up the core. We won't spend a lot of time here, and then we'll move on. So I'm seated on a bolster right now. I'm just going to put this kind of out of my way. I'm turning to the side just so y'all can see. And from here, if you want to start with planting the feet, that's fine. You can hold on to those knees, but just roll those shoulders up, down, and back. I like to think of that string at heart center that pulls you up. So when you're ready, we'll move into that first of 3 boat poses. If hands eventually want to just come beside you, you could do that. If your navel starts to feel like it's pressing out, pull that back in. And maybe we progress and lift the feet, but maybe not. See how it feels. Last 3, 2. You're gonna let the feet come down if they are not already. Take a little butterfly pose. It can be a loose butterfly pose, and maybe a gentle rounding over or into that space you just created. Kind of a break here for the hip flexors. And take one more breath. Good. And we'll prepare for our second round. You'll start to lift the chest, knees pull back together. Hands might come beside you. Think about that string at heart center as it kind of starts to open you up, and maybe we lift those feet. Just building some strength here. It's a core stabilization move, similar to a plank exercise or plank pose. You have 3, focus on your breath. 2, and again, taking maybe that loose butterfly pose. Feet can come down, knees draw open. Notice if you were straining perhaps a little bit through the neck. One last breath. And you all know I kind of like to spice up the third one, okay? So I'll provide an opportunity, but you don't have to take it if you don't want it. We'll let those knees come back together. It is the last time we're doing this. So we'll do the same thing that we've been doing. You'll roll the shoulders down and back, maybe lifting the feet, maybe not. So what we'll do here is those hands are gonna come toward heart. They could kind of rest at prayer. And then you're going to take a big inhale. On your exhale, you'll shoot them over to the left. You'll inhale and come back to center. And you'll exhale and then shoot them to that opposite right side. Inhale to center. Exhale, send them left. Inhale to center, good variations. Exhale, you'll send them right. Good, almost there. Inhaling, your exhale, moving at your own pace. We have one more round. Big breath in, big breath out. Last one. Nice, you all. Bring yourself to that loose butterfly pose. Ooh, soles of the feet might come together. Nice, looking for a little bit of warmth, maybe a lot of bit of more. You can always do that with your feet down on the ground too. Good job. And then from here, you all, you'll bring those knees together and you're just gonna hug over those knees. Nice stretch here through the upper back. In fact, think about pressing the middle in between those shoulder blades away from you. Good, and then we can slowly unravel, and it's time to transition again. We're gonna move into our tabletop position. Not spending a lot of time here because we did a lot of core strengthening right there. But we'll move just into that strong hands and knees position. Support yourself however you'd like. Maybe a bolster under the knees or an extra cushion. Nice. And then let's wake up those hands a little bit. When you're ready, you can start to turn the fingers some different directions. You could ball up those hands and try fists for wrists today and see how that feels. Maybe even taking some little rotations through those elbows, turning the elbow creases different directions. Good. And then move into a few cat and cow because it feels so nice while we're here. Inhaling, pulling that chest through. Exhaling, tucking the chin, rounding, pull your tailbone in. And we'll go again. Inhaling, pulling through. Exhaling, tucking and rounding. And then one more round if you want to unplug a little bit or take some C shapes. You can do that too. Nice. We'll land in neutral. Navel pulled up and in, back of your neck long. Right leg pushes back behind you. And it really is a push back. Drive through that heel. Circle out that right ankle. Good. So I'd like to start without adding the arm yet. I just want you to think about the movement through the spine and activating through the core. You're going to take a big breath in. On your exhale, pull the knee towards your nose. Don't stop there. Push into the ground. Lift the shoulder blades. Inhale, send it back. Nice, y'all. Press that heel away. Exhale, tuck. 2 more. Good. Breathe in. Big exhale. Last one. Strong exhale. You'll meet with the right leg pressing back. Maybe sweep the left arm forward, and we're just holding that bird dog. Notice your heart rate. Notice the warmth. Last 3, 2, gently come on down. You can take a child's pose here. Pull those hips towards your heels. Any variation is welcome here. Nice. Yeah, maybe even circling out through those hands if the wrists need a little break. Good. And let's keep going into this other side, and we'll move into some other things. So shifting into that tabletop position, left leg presses back behind you, finding some good length there, and we'll circle out the ankle, checking with how the toes are feeling. Beautiful. And focus on your breathing. We'll take an inhale. On the exhale, drive the knee toward the nose, pull the spine up. 3 more. Big exhale, press, press, press into the mat. Last 2, no rush. And your final time. Meet with the left leg pressing back. Hold strong. Maybe the right arm sweeps forward. And maybe we're working toward that. Maybe you need to keep the left toes on the ground right now. Okay. 1 more breath. And you'll rest back in that child's pose, only for about 2 breaths. You're welcome to even give the forehead a little massage while you're down here, kind of rocking side to side. Beautiful. We are preparing for our first downward facing dog. So open up those hands, starfishing them open, and we'll shift into them, tuck the toes, lift those hips for our first downward facing dog of the class. Maybe you want some movement. Maybe here you need to come onto tippy toes or flip the feet and kind of stretch out through the tops of them. I love some little pedals here where you bend one knee and then the other. Good. And then let's find just some little twists here, little kind of hip dips as we do this. Feet come a touch closer. Bend your knees generously. And then you're going to let the hips fall just a little to the left. You're rotating on the balls of your feet. And then let those hips fall a little to the right. Maybe doing that one more time, letting them dip left and then dip right. And then find your neutral, bringing those feet hip distance apart, and eventually walk the feet towards the hands. I love using some blocks for this. You can take your half lift when you arrive, and then exhale and let it go. Let's pause just in the fold for a moment. You can let the head just relax. Good. If we know we don't want to let the head drop below the heart, we can always just keep those elbows resting on the knees or thighs. You have 1 more big breath. Beautiful. Let's take this first lift a little slower. Hands can start to walk up. We're making our way to standing. Maybe we then sweep those arms high. Big breath. Hands can come down through center. Okay, let's find our breathing. We'll inhale, sweep those arms high. Good. Hands come down through center as you just soften the knees. Reload the spring. Inhale, lifting back up. Exhale, hands come down. Reload your spring. Inhale, reach. Think about pressing through the balls of your feet as well as the heels. Coming down. Nice. Inhale. We have 1 more. Exhale, hands come down. We're going to meet with the arms lifted. Good. Your left hand can fall. Right arm will reach over. Inhale, back up. Your exhale takes it to that other side, bicep by ear, keeping the chest open. Arms sweep up, big inhale, dive it down, and fold. Inhale, lift nice and strongly, shoulders back. Exhale, let it go. Chair pose when you're ready, first time seeing it, so take it slow as the arms lift, weights in the heels. 1 more breath. You're going to stand tall and relax. Feel free to kind of shake that out a little bit if you need to. And we're going to start that again. We're gonna complete 3 back to back to back. So we'll create a little warmth there, okay? But listen to your breathing pattern, okay?
Sam, I'm sure should our arms be next to our ears?
Yeah, so great question. As long as your shoulder mobility allows, when we take that chair pose, you want to here, I could lift them a little more. Should be here. It's tricky. It's hard. If you maybe want to hold it for like a breath and then find something that feels a little more comfortable here instead of this. But yes, that bicep pulled by those ears opening up is the attempt.
Okay.
So let's start again, just nice and tall in our mountain pose. You'll inhale, sweep those arms high, just down through center to get us started. Inhale, we'll reach them up nice and high. Left hand falls, right one reaches over. Inhale, big lift. Opposite side, exhale, take it over. Inhale and lift, dive it down and fold. Inhale to half lift, shoulders are back. Exhale, let it go. Chair pose when you're ready. Inhale, stand tall and relax. We go again. Inhale, big lift, down through center just to get us started. Inhale, sweep high, left hand falls, right arm reaches over. Inhale, you'll lift. Exhale, opposite side. You're doing great. Inhale, lift, dive it down, fold. Inhale, half lift, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, melt, chair pose. Scoop that up, send the hips low, stand tall and relax. Inhale, big reach, down through center and big exhale. Inhale, sweep, left hand falls, right one reaches over. Inhale up, strong cores. Exhale over. Inhale, lift, nice breathing. Dive it down and fold. Half lifting and let it go. Chair pose, big lift. Stand tall and relax. Let's go one more time. Inhale, arms come high, down through center. Sweep it up. Your left hand falls, right arm reaches. Big inhale to return tall. Exhale to compress. Inhale and lift. Fold it down on your breath out. Nice. Half lift when you're ready. We're almost there. Exhale, release. Strong chair pose. Scoop it up. Sink the hips. Stand tall and relax. And then just breathe. Good. Pedal out those feet a little bit. Nice. We're going to get in a little bit more into the legs here. So we'll take a big inhale just to start. Dive it down. You can fold here. I'd like to pause an extra breath in our fold just to get that full expression. Sometimes when we start moving quickly with our breath, we miss that full expression of a fold. Good. Yeah, knees can always be bent here. Nice. This time when you're ready, we're going to step our right foot back behind us. You'll gently lower down onto that knee. You can support it if you'd like, and we're going to walk those hands up, eventually lifting the arms if we want to. Good. Nice. Take another full breath here. Good. Your right hand will come in front of you. Your left hand is going to open up behind you for a twist. If that feels a little too much, you can always rest that left hand on your hip or low back. Good. Reach through those right fingertips. Big inhale. Guide this right hand down to the ground. Then take your left arm high for a low lunge twist. See if you can keep guiding that left knee in toward the rib cage. Good. Beautiful adjustments there. And then can we pull the hips a little lower? 3, 2. Nice, you all. Frame this left foot. So left hand comes down. We're going to take a hamstring stretch. If you want to use blocks, you can. You'll walk the hands back until that left leg straightens and your left toes lift toward the ceiling. Good. Yeah. Take your time. And again, those blocks just kind of lift the ground so you don't have to be so low. How's that feeling on the hamstrings today? a little bite. No, I'm doing great.
Cold weather.
Yeah, that cold weather. You can certainly do that. I got my socks on today, if y'all didn't see. Okay, I'd like for you to try to find 2 more breaths. When you inhale, create a little room. Exhale, maybe push a little lower. There you go. Yeah, also a little tricky to balance here at times. Please go slowly as you walk the hands forward. You'll bring both to the inside. Start to scoot the left foot out of your way and bring the left knee to meet the right. I'd like for you to pause here in a modified plank. So you're pressing the earth away. Your knees are a little further back so that once again those hips can lock into alignment. Navel's pulled in. Good. Elbows tuck in. When you're ready, start to lead with the heart coming down just a touch. You're going to strongly press up and then pull your hips back toward that child's pose. One more time, keep the hands rooted. Inhale, shift forward. Slowly lower down, maybe even halfway. Strong press up and take it back to child's pose. This time, shift forward, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Maybe walking those feet in just a little bit. Yeah, good. Remember, we want to pull the tailbone high here. Yes. So maybe you play around with that, kind of taking a breath and loosening up your shape, your V. And then on your exhale, pulling the tailbone high, rolling those inner thighs up and in. Nice. Feet will start to travel toward those hands. Great job. Yeah, take that strong half lift when you get there. Remember, it doesn't have to be exactly halfway. Let it go. You'll lift all the way to standing. Arms will reach up. Good. Now, when you get to the top, you're going to take your left arm. It's going to come underneath that opposite one. You can take your eagle arms here if you want to take just that big wrap. We're looking to pull those elbows, though, up and off the chest. You're going to find a gentle tuck of your tailbone, hardly noticeable, right? But instead of arching through this low back, we want to find a gentle tuck. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, I want you to start to pull the navel in and think cat spine. Those elbows kind of pull toward belly button. Inhale, open back up. Exhale, tuck. And again, it's really tucking and squeezing the glutes. Inhale, lifting. Last one. Exhale, and it's really just the upper half of your bar. Inhale, you'll come up. Gently relax those arms. You can sweep them high if that feels okay. Dive it down and let it go. Nice half lift when you're ready, just to kind of reset our breath and let it go. Left foot will step back when you're ready. Moving into that low lunge, opposite side. Get yourself comfortable here. Nothing that says we must lift our arms. You don't have to if you're working on just the leg, strength and flexibility. Good. And as we progress and as y'all get stronger, you can really start to pull those hips and tailbone a little bit lower. Good. We've got one more breath. Left hand can reach in front of you. Right hand this time opens up. You're tall here though, so if you feel like you're kind of slanting as you do this forward, try to pull up. You can always relax that right hand. One more breath. Dive the left hand down, maybe to the mat or block. Right hand goes high. We typically find more space in our body in this pose by activating and pressing through that left hand, through that left shoulder. Big breath in, pull the right knee toward the rib cage. Good, and you're gonna frame that right foot. We're going hamstring stretch here, so go slow. There's a little bit of balancing within this. Right leg straightens and lengthens, those toes lift toward the ceiling. And of course, we're still staying strong through that left leg that's holding us up. So just do the best you can. Still considering here, nose toward knee. One more breath. Good. You can start to exit slowly, walking those hands forward. You'll bring right hand to the inside, scoot that right foot out of your way, come into your modified plank. So once again, modified plank, knees have fallen naturally from maybe a full plank. Now this time, if you want to take that full plank variation, you can. Those toes will tuck and we'll lift. You're pulling that navel in and you're gently puffing up the space in between the shoulder blades. Press the earth away. We're only taking one of these. Lead with your heart as you slowly come down. Strong press up, downward facing dog. Pull the hips high, good. I saw lots of attempts with that, nice. Good, let's take a big dramatic breath in. Open the mouth. Feet can start to travel toward those hands. Great job, y'all. We're going to do some standing work here. Take the half lift when you're ready. Exhale, melt it down. Arms are going to sweep up. Big breath at the top. Your right arm comes underneath the left. You're wrapping that up into your eagle arms, just the opposite side. Pulling those shoulders, or I'm sorry, not shoulders, but the elbows up. Okay, let's find that gentle crouch. So you're tucking the tailbone just a little bit. Take an inhale. On your exhale, you're rounding here through the upper back. Inhale, you're opening back up. Yeah, good. Exhale. And last time, inhale, open. Exhale. There's that crouch. Inhale, you'll open back up. Gentle release or parting of those arms. You can sweep them up. It's a bigger stretch than we think. Hands can just come down through center. We're going to move into our warriors. Right foot will step back for warrior one. We're going to hook that heel down. Arms are coming high. We should be still facing forward in your space here. Good. Okay, let's move with our breath. You're going to inhale. On your exhale, you're flying those hands back behind you. Your chest is coming parallel with your left thigh. Still lift straight back. Inhale, arms come back up. Squeeze your right glute. And then exhale, soar. Take those arms back behind you. Inhale and reach. Exhale, fly those hands back. Good. Okay, we're going to meet with the arms lifted here. Find your warrior two. Right hand starts to pivot, you open. So now we get that hip opener. Right toes have turned. Back foot's parallel with the back of your mat. Arms are long. Here you go. Good. Let's reach forward. So left fingertips start to reach forward. Flip your palm. Tilt it back. There's your reverse or peaceful warrior. Nothing should have changed about the legs. Good. Move past warrior two. Drop your left hand or forearm, and that right arm will go high. Nice, you all. And I want you to continue pressing those hips forward and keeping the chest open. Good. We're going to move through the same thing again. Inhaling as you lift. Exhale, take it back for reverse warrior. Inhale forward. And exhale, your side angle. Good. Inhale, we're going to lift to that warrior two. You'll straighten through your left leg. Turn your left toes. So you should now be opened up in your space. You're going to try to keep those arms long, airplane arms, and you're hinging. So when you do this, you're pushing your hips back behind you. Lower those hands down toward the ground. You can support them on a block or bolster. Good. Maybe while we're here, just a little nod to the head, yes or no. Relaxing through your jaw. Great job. Good, you all. We have one more breath. So from here, we're going to do a little pivot. You're going to start to face the back of our space. So hands are going to walk toward your right foot. Turn your whole body. Now stay with me here. Pyramid pose is where we're going. You're stepping your left foot up about half the distance, and you're folding over that front right leg. Big stretch through that hamstring. Yeah, good. You want your hips to be as even as you can get them, meaning don't push that right hip to the side. Try to scoop it up and underneath you. Good. Okay, it's been a little while since we've done this. We're gonna try it. We're gonna see how it feels. I'm gonna show you first. So I'm gonna step over here just so y'all can see me, and then I'll demo it, okay? But what you're gonna do here is start to bring your left knee to tuck behind your right knee. It'll look like this. And then you're stepping that left foot back. And you're gonna do that 3 more times. Left knee kind of cups behind. And then it just steps back. Yeah, yes. So just so I can demo this for our video. Again, left knee kind of tucks behind that right one. After you've completed your 3 more or less, bring the left foot to meet the right. You'll inhale to half lift, still facing the back of your space. Exhale, let it go. Now we're doing great. Inhale, sweep those arms up nice and high. We're gonna repeat the other side. Hands come down through center. Step your left foot back for warrior 1. Beautiful. Hook the heel down. Yeah, nice. Okay, let's think strength here through our legs. Squeeze the inner thighs. Take a big breath. On your exhale, fly those hands toward the space behind you. Chest floats over the right thigh. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, drive those hands back behind you and reach. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fly those hands back. Good, yep, press through those feet. Arms are gonna lift. You'll open for warrior 2. Left hand this time starts to spin you. Yep, take your time adjusting. We've got right foot in front. Beautiful. Oh, no problem. Good. Reach through your right fingertips, flip your palm, and tilt it back. There's your reverse warrior. Navel still pulled in. Good support there. Inhale, warrior 2. Side angle, right forearm or hand can rest as that left arm reaches up. Think about your string of alignment. Left hand, left shoulder, down through the right shoulder, and then the right hand. Let's do this one more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, warrior 2. So nice, strong legs. Right forearm rests, left arm reaches. Good openness. You'll come back to that warrior 2. Straighten through that right leg. Turn your right toes. Airplane arms. Press those hips back behind you. Dive it down into that wide-legged fold. You're welcome to take another variation here if you want to take those little bends. Maybe you're working on your malasana or your yogi squat. You could take the feet a little closer together and bend both knees generously. Remember, our yogi squat doesn't have to be super low. You can always use a block underneath you. Nice. Yeah, looking really good. And maybe just enjoying where you're at for one more breath. Okay, and we'll return in that wide-legged fold. You're gonna start making your way toward the front of your space. You'll walk your hands left, pivot both feet. Now, if your hands have a hard time touching the ground, let's talk about this for a second. Blocks are gonna be your friend. You're gonna lift that ground. From here, step the right foot up half the distance. Hook the heel down, scoop your left hip underneath you for pyramid pose. I love this when we fully relax the head. Both legs are straight here, and you're thinking nose to that left knee. Yeah, good. If you feel like your back leg is a little too far behind you, you can always step it up a touch. Okay, this is where we did that little step of that knee to meet behind the left one. So we're bringing right knee to tuck behind that left. So you've got a generous bend in your left knee, and then you'll bring it back. And you'll go again, bringing right knee to tuck behind left and step it back. Good. Maybe taking last one, or maybe a few more depending on your pace. And eventually, step that right foot to meet the left. Take a nice half lift and dive it down to fold. Pause in your fold, maybe taking a little ragdoll. We're actually going to find in a moment our last downward dog of the morning and then make our way down. One more breath in your fold. Really nice, you all. Let those hands root down. You can step back, maybe to knees first. We're gonna meet in a plank pose before we transition. Anytime we can get that core stabilization in, it's really good. Press that earth away. There you go, stay strong. 3, 2, pull the hips high, downward facing dog. Nice, you all. Last opportunity here in your downward facing dog for the class. So your time, space for you to just explore. If you're working on something, maybe pedaling out those heels some more. Maybe you want to lift a leg or or even stretch out through the calves, bringing toes to the opposite heel. Being patient with yourself. Good. Just some free time, seeing how it feels. We'll take a big breath in, and then we'll meet with our knees down on our mats. Take a nice child's pose here, a place of rest. If you haven't gotten a sip of water and you have been really waiting for one, you can certainly do that at any time. Good. 2 more breaths. Notice where you can soften in your body a little more. Excellent job. Let's take our time walking those hands closer to our knees, just so that we can then come down onto one glute and then the other. We're gonna let those legs come out in front of us. You can plant your feet and then maybe scoot yourself forward. That way we can lower onto our backs and be in a nice, comfortable space. So slowly coming down, hug those knees in. If you like a little bolster under your head, you're welcome to slide that there now. Don't feel like those knees have to be like tight into the chest. If you want to let them fall open a little bit, you can. You can circle out through those ankles. Love seeing that. Good. And then let's please keep that right knee hugged in. You'll send the left leg down the mat. Good. Shoulders are still relaxed down towards your mat. Your gaze is soft, whether eyes are open or closed. Good. Let's move into a twist from here. We'll guide this knee over and across the body. Right arm might extend out long beside you. Just enjoying it. We'll take one more breath. You'll guide this knee to center. Give it a nice big hug as you plant your left foot. Send your right leg up to the sky, up to the ceiling. You can hang on to it anywhere for a bigger hamstring stretch. And then from here, you can start to hook right ankle over the left knee, finding a reclined pigeon pose or your figure 4 stretch. We're encouraging that right knee open, and then beautiful, if you want to progress and maybe lift the left foot up off the ground, you'll reach in between the legs, hugging that left thigh and the whole unit closer to your body. We're focusing at this time a little more on our exhalations, letting the body relax a little more. You can take one more big breath. As you start to unravel, you're going to plant both feet. We'll take a little bridge pose here, pressing into those feet, lifting the hips, squeezing the glutes. I love finding a gentle tuck of the chin here, or even picking the head up slowly, tucking the chin and then placing the head back down. That can give some really nice length. Last breath in, and lower down with control. You'll guide the left knee into the chest. You can press your right leg away. And as you feel ready, we'll move into the twist, guiding the knee over and across the body. And it's such a great reminder in this pose to listen to your body. If it feels okay to keep rolling on that right hip, so long as most of the upper back stays down, that's completely fine. Good. You'll start to bring this left knee back into the chest. Keep holding on to it as you plant your right foot. Drive your left leg up to the ceiling. Feel free to go ahead and kind of wrap around the ankle, support the knee joint, just kind of drawing it in a little closer. And you can move into that figure four stretch or your reclined pigeon as you feel ready. And want to share also just some options for this pose and something I've been loving doing. You can keep a block underneath, in this instance, your right foot, and it would intensify the stretch without you having to kind of do the work to hold that leg up. So keep that in mind. Mm-hmm. You all also know, because in this class we've done it before, up against the wall. Having your right foot pressing against the wall can also help to intensify the stretch without you physically having to hold the leg up. This is your last breath. You can start to unravel. We're going to take one final bridge pose. You'll press into those feet. You'll lift the hips, really squeeze the glutes and pull those inner thighs toward one another. Hands can be relaxed beside you. Maybe the hands clasp underneath you. In these moments, you're remembering your why, not forgetting about it. Remembering why you chose to show up. You have one more breath in your bridge. And then slowly lowering down. The knees hug into your chest, giving them a nice big squeeze. You can send them straight up to the ceiling here, maybe letting the hands anchor down beside you. Give the shoulders a roll towards your mat so you feel really connected here. And then let's just have some fun with the legs. You can close your eyes as you just let your body move freely, maybe bicycling it out. Could take a kind of a lifted butterfly pose where the soles of the feet come together, or you could take a happy baby, a big V shape. Don't overthink it, just kind of have a little fun here. And you'll take one more full breath. And eventually the knees will soften enough until the feet come down. If you feel like you need that butterfly pose, you're welcome to take that. But friends, we have made it to the end of class. So at this time, if you want to finish the class in a specific position, you go ahead and move there now. If you've been just waiting for our Shavasana to place that bolster under your head, maybe under your knees, now is also a great time for that. The physical body gets an opportunity now to rest. A list of people, of your people, to thank this year. The friends who healed hearts they didn't break. Chosen family. The person who listened to you talk about the same situation over and over until it was just out of your system and until you healed. That person who encouraged you. That person who pushed you. That person who loved you from a distance. The person who you could call at any hour. Who you grew closer to. Even the person you had to step away from. The person who inspired you to begin the next era of your life. And the person who reminded you of who you are. And finally, yourself. Thanking yourself for showing up. We'll take just a final few breaths. Whenever you feel ready to perhaps invite movement into the body once more. Wiggle fingers or toes. Maybe even just letting those hands rest over your heart or your belly. And then stepping into any kind of closing gesture you might have, one that is grateful, one that is respectful, one that is full of love, but most importantly, one that is yours. And then from this place, we'll consider the forehead as we honor our thoughts and our minds. We'll then consider the lips as we honor the words that we speak out loud. And finally, hands at heart to honor all that we do. And the light and love within me sees, honors, and reflects the same light and love within each of you. Thank you for being here, and namaste.